record I'm going to be talking about now is probably a really important record, and what I'm talking about is Warchild out compilation called Help 2. It's a charity album that's created by the organisation Warchild in order to raise funds for their work involving helping children living through war. It was released on the 6th of March 2026, so it's quite recent through Warchild Records. And it was a continuation of its predecessor, the Help album from 1995, which I did have, and some great artists on that. This one was produced by James Ford and was recorded in Abbey Road Studios in November 2025. Now, I do know the original one, 1995, was, I think it was Brian Eno, and they recorded the whole thing in a day. This one took a whole week. Now, what I didn't realise, I thought people just sent the tracks in and it just went to a compilation, but no, they actually record the tracks, write the tracks for this compilation. And I suppose it's a bit like Band-Aid, getting a band together and, you know, recording them there and then. So it was a bit like that. So it's quite surprised to kind of find it out. So it's really good because every track on this is really well produced, really well written. It's incredible. I'm going to talk about that in a second. It features a variety of artists, such as obviously Arctic Monkeys, which we'll talk about in a second as well. Olivia Rodriguez, you've got Black Country, New Road, Cameron Winter, you've got Depeche Mode on there, which is my favourite one, among others. With previous contributing artists such as Damon Albarn, Pulp, and Oasis. I will talk about the Oasis one in a minute because it has taken a lot of people by surprise. There is going to be a documentary film directed by Jonathan Glazer, which is going to come out to kind of alongside this album. I think it's going to be some studio stuff, some kind of shots about what Warchild do. But it's there to protect and educate and stand up for the rights of children living through conflict. In previous years, Warchild has released compilation albums bringing artists together to raise funds for the charity and to spread awareness. So in 2025, Warchild reached out to James Ford and asked him to work on Help 2, in which he felt incredibly honoured. And yeah, I would too. It was recorded over a period of a week in Abbey Road Studios, as I said. During recording of the album, artists often collaborate with each other. Some of the examples include a choir consisting of members from English Teacher, Pulp and Black Country. So that's what I really loved about this, the fact that they were all in the studio together, all collaborating, actually recording this on the day. So that kind of energy there and the, doing these tracks, they were doing it with purpose instead of just sending them a track we've done already. This was all done with purpose for Warchild. And you can hear it on these tracks as well. 5 singles were released from here before it kind of came out. And obviously the big one was the Arctic Monkeys track. I just remember called Open at Night, and I remember going to work and playing it, and I loved it. I'm a massive fan of Arctic Monkeys, and this was very different and really well produced, and his vocals sounded great, and that was my first kind of insight. Oh God, there's a Help 2 coming out, and it's kickstarting it with the Arctic Monkeys. I need to get that, which I did. There's not one dud track on here, especially if you're kind of listening to it for what it was made for. Every track has a meaning behind it, and obviously the favourite ones on here is going to be your Arctic Monkeys. Here I've got a little track list at the front. You've got Damon Albarn with a track called Flags, you've got Black Country, New Road, you've got Last Dinner, you've got Beth Gibbons with Sunday Morning. Other one, Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode one on here, Universal Soldier, is probably my favourite track on here. It's just classic Depeche Mode. I absolutely love it, and it sounds incredible as well. And what a producer to pick for this, James Ford. Well done, James Ford. You've got the Fontaine DC. You've got the Young Fives. You've got Pulp, Begging for Change. You've got Wet Leg, who kind of like quite huge at the moment, which is great, and I love their stuff. You've got Foles, Back for Lashes. So it's a really good kind of compilation. Now, obviously I've got the hype sticker. I did manage to peel it off the plastic and stick it on here because sometimes I lose these, but great imagery as well, and I expect this is going to come from the film. When you open up the gatefold, it's the whole image, which I think is just great. Brilliant, love it. On the back, as I said, you just got the Warchild logo, no kind of track listing, it's all in the inside, so I'm going to show you that in a second. But inside, you've got here, it looks like song lyrics, but also you've got the history of Warchild. And there's something kind of written here that I kind of liked. I'm going to read it out to you because I think it's quite important. So it goes, Help 2 represents hope for those children. It is a testament to the generosity of artists and the music industry to make a positive difference for the world's most vulnerable children. We couldn't be prouder to work with such an inspirational team to bring this album together. and that was Helen Patterson, CEO of Warchild UK. And I thought it was really quite nice. And you've got a list of all the kind of who's been involved with it, and it's just great. I think it's definitely needs to be in everyone's collection. Inside you've got, it's 2 vinyl as well, 2 vinyl edition, and it wasn't that expensive as well, I've got to say. For me, it only cost me £29. I mean, that's incredible. Normally you're looking like 50 plus for like a double album. And there's a little surprise with this in a minute I was going to tell you about. But the sleeve inside is all pink, just like the inner. It's just black vinyl. There's nothing extraordinary about it. It's just black vinyl and some of the imagery that you got from the cover. And same as the other one, just got the track listing, pink cover, just a plain back sleeve. Again, just black vinyl with the imagery. And I love the simplicity of the artwork, how it's letting the music kind of do the talking. But we knew this was coming out. We knew what the track list was going to be, the Arctic Monkeys, that's what we were excited about. And then all of a sudden they announced, yes, there's going to be a 7-inch with the vinyl. So I went down to the shop where I bought it from. I said, oh, do you have the version with the Oasis 7-inch? They had no idea what I was talking about. I said, you know, there is a 7-inch of Oasis in there. So I bought my copy, opened it, I showed them and said, look, there's a 7-inch of Oasis. And they were like, they didn't even know that you got a 7-inch, just one-sided. And it's Oasis live at Wembley Stadium, September the 28th, 2025. So this would be a great little collector's item for the people that want to see them live. I can't pronounce the track. I'm not going to try and pronounce it in case I get it wrong and make a complete ass of myself. But it's ASQUIESCE. I have no idea what it is. I need to find one of my friends at work who's a big Oasis fan. But it's a live 7-inch, one-sided 7-inch, last-minute giveaway with the double vinyl that, you know, the record shops didn't even know. There's not even a sticker on the front to say, hey, you get a free Oasis 7-inch. But this will become a collector's item, I'm telling you now. So go and get your copy. Don't worry that there's no sticker on the front saying Oasis 7-inch. It's inside, okay? So that is my kind of take on Help 2. Some great tracks on it. Definitely add this to your collection, even if you're just an Oasis fan. I mean, if you're an Oasis fan, you're an Arctic Monkeys fan, you need some vinyl. Start to download, go and get this record. It's not that expensive, and also it's helping out all them children who are vulnerable in wartime. Okay, so that is Help 2, a compilation for Warchild featuring people like Arctic Monkeys, Oasis, Depeche Mode, and many more. Go get your copy. Thank you very much.